Wonder Woman issue 66, which is G. Willow Wilson writing with Carrie Nord on the art.
All right,
Yeah, it is.
so I'm gonna. Yep, here it comes. We're gonna talk about art, and I know you guys like Nord, but I specifically looked at the art throughout this issue multiple times, and there are some odd things going on with the faces. Yeah.
Can I just point out how an interesting a sentence that was? I specifically looked at the art when I was reading this issue.
Yes, it's a comic. You should be looking at the art.
What I mean is, I don't. I look over the art, but I'm there mainly for the words, and that looks good, right? Unless it's a silent page, and then you look and get context. But knowing that this was Nord, I wanted to specifically look.
What you're saying is you wanted ammo.
Okay, can I
Not,
just rewind before we even talk about the art and the interiors? Can I talk about the face and the variant cover? Which, for me, something's really off about this face, and I don't even know what it is.
We might be having a fight later.
Because something about this face feels like it doesn't match the rest of the image. It's like the face is just a little bit too small or something like that. I don't know what it is. But it feels
I'm not
off.
getting it.
yeah, I'm not getting it either. It looks very much like Gal Gadot to me, like proportionally. You know how she's long.
I don't know. Something about her face is weirding me out on this. Because this art looks like I should really like it. The actual art aesthetic.
Do you think it's the slightly brighter light under and around the eyes?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like the lighting effect? Maybe that's what's throwing you off? Because that's the only thing I can think of when I'm looking at it. Because to me, it looks perfectly fine.
It looks good, yeah.
Something about her head just feels off to me. Because I like the aesthetic of the rest of it, but, you know. Well, anyway.
Anyways, so the rest of the art in this issue, I'm still, not that I was looking for ammo, but I'm just like, maybe I'm missing something.
He was looking for ammo.
Connor and Pete both enjoy, and I still just like I don't get it. I don't get what you guys like so much. Connor in particular of Nord. So,
well, it's fine. You're wrong.
So
Nord draws a great Giganta. I'll say that much.
I think all these mythical beings are great. You got your various characters here. Who are the names? One was Cadmus. That's the Pegasus, right?
Yeah, Irene is the Minotaur.
Yeah. There you go.
So look at that first page where the lady from DC, she's got wonky eyes. Like,
I don't agree.
Yeah. No,
I don't agree she has wonky eyes.
I think so.
I'm starting to say you've got wonky eyes.
I wish I could make my eyes wonky. Just to show you what I'm seeing. Yeah, I just don't get it.
Anyway, so she's with the mythical creatures, and they're all having a happy time. So, oh, it's forest, it's nature, it's not polluted, it's all these things. Oh shit, there's a Titan.
Yeah, they're up in the Rocky Mountains, which that all looks great, and they're looking for a home that reminds them of home. And you find out that the Pegasus is got quite a drive, if you will. You know.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate because that goes in. I think I remember some stories from Greek mythology about lusty Pegasus.
Yeah.
You know.
Damon is the satire, by the way.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cedar.
So giant rock titan, and they're like, shit, call Wonder Woman, and she's like, she's on a quest. Yeah, well, screw her quest, call her. And it's like, fine.
Yep. With Aphrodite, and I like that Aphrodite's riding that giant swan-looking projection.
She's finally wearing some normal clothes as well, which is nice.
Yeah.
So they can fly in, and they're actually debating. I actually got a really kick at this conversation. We're like, are we sure this is a Titan? Are they mistaken? Because a Titan is really hard to to find in the real world.
Yep.
And then not only do they get shocked and see it's a Titan, no, it's two Titans. There's two Titans fighting. There's clashing of Titans happening in the Rocky Mountains.
Oh, you've been waiting on that one, haven't you?
I've not.
Yeah. Well, I just like the idea that
as soon as he read this issue, he was like, "Oh, I'm using that."
Yeah.
I did not.
Titans are
Connor
clashing.
assumes this all the time with me. Most of my puns are genuinely in the spur of the moment. I don't really think about them that much.
I don't believe you.
That's okay.
You know, I like that the Titans are going at it, and it just seems otherworldly.
Yeah.
Like they've also lost their world, but they're going about it the same way. It's very reminiscent of Thor, because he's remind me of the Frost Giants
Yeah,
from
okay,
what
I
we've
can see
seen.
it.
How about that
You know,
panel
throughout
of
Aaron's
Wonder
run.
Woman holding up the foot of the Titan that's going to step on them with the shield? She's just kind of like
Yeah.
So good.
stopping it from crushing them. Very nice.
Yeah.
There's some great coloring going on there with all the heavy blacks and then just the red really
Yeah.
of Wonder Woman showing up.
So Diana's like, okay, I need some help to fight these things. I can't do it. I'm strong enough, but I'm not big enough, is what she says later. She goes to Amanda Waller. And
And asks for a
This
favor.
has the one page where I will grant Matt that there's a funny face.
there is a funny face. No, I
Yeah.
agree. It's the middle panel of Diana.
with Diana.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the one panel I will grant you in this book.
It's like a caricature. You're like, yeah, you're in a theme park. Draw me, and this is what they would give you if you were Wonder Woman.
You're a caricature, Matt.
And like, hey, I've never been told that before.
Just making a statement.
But yeah, I like how she goes to Waller for a favor, and of course because of the cover, we know what that favor is.
Yeah, it's
And,
Giganta.
But she's like, well, you owe me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting though. One of my other favorite things is so we cut back and they're running from the Titans, and eventually, Giganta comes in and tackles one of them, and before they have to chase after them towards the end of the issue, there basically becomes this debate about how much Giganta's getting paid, because she's not doing this as a hero because she doesn't care about being a hero. She wants paid.
Right.
It's
I
just,
love the back and forth banner with Giganta throw. Like from that first moment where
Yeah.
she jumps off with the Titan. It's like, yeah, okay, what's the tensile strength on this thing? With
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
the last.
yeah,
So
it's a
this led me to. I realize I don't know a lot about Giganta. Like I've seen her in different
Let me
events.
guess. You went on the wiki.
I did, and like most Wonder Woman villains I'm coming across, she is also a doctor. So, yeah, Dr. Minerva, you got Dr. Psycho.
What's she a
I'm pretty
doctor of?
sure. I don't know. That's her. Her origin is all over the place. In the first appearance, which was written by the creator of Wonder Woman, William Moulton Marston, she was a gorilla that gets turned into a human, who's like this cave woman.
Oh, yeah, that one's
Yeah.
not stuck. That one's not
Yeah.
stuck.
No, very much golden age. And then she doesn't appear again for years and years, where she had some rare blood disease. They tried to give her transfusion. Through science, it ends up giving her these growing powers, which that actually never, in her original form in the comics, she was just this big, strong woman, to give Wonder Woman someone to hit. The growing powers didn't come until the Super Friends animated show in the late 60s, early 70s. And then it wasn't, I think, until the New 52 that they made all that canon. That she, it was this whole science experiment gone wrong. So,
Can I just
yeah, not
interject?
much on her,
So
surprisingly.
in line with everything else Wonder Woman.
Well, and
Why
I
anyone
liked
listen to what Uwe Boll says
what
about comics.
It's just,
Yeah,
it's,
he's never
just, it was just funny. That's all. It was just funny.
Yeah. I mean, comic books have always been part of the pop culture from the time they were created. So the fact that one leads to the other, I've always kind of liked. Like, we get these different versions of them, and you can tell what era. So same with Batman. A lot of the Batman stuff came from, the Adam West show.
Mhm.
And then that seems hokey, so they get rid of it and then they bring it back. Like, I like when we see the Shakespeare buffs show up in
Do you know-
art.
I hate to give Matt another panel, but there's actually another funny face.
Oh,
Yeah, it's after Giganta's shrunk down. The top panel of the four boxes. Wonder Woman's. It's like a side view of Wonder Woman. Her lips are a bit weird.
a little bit pouty.
I'll give him it.
I think that's just carrying on side profile in general, like because
That's
that's
fair.
been consistent on all of it. I think that's just a taste thing rather than whereas the other one I would say was objectively a mistake.
Sure.
This seems to be a thing he has on a lot of his side profiles.
Yeah. But no, I don't like to talk crap about artists and stuff, unless it's earned like some of the other ones.
I
cost
get
like-
it, but ultimately, we're here to review the books, and
Yeah, and I just
you
the
gotta
Nord
say
art.
if there's bad art, you gotta say what you feel, right?
Yeah, and I just so far this is 3 issues with Nord, and I still don't like it.
I will fight you on if you have anything bad to say about the final page, which is them,
No. Final
deciding
page is probably the best page in the book.
deciding they're going to work together. So they go off into the mountains to try and find the Titans, and Jadanic goes big, and it's just this huge full page spread of all the giant Rocky Mountains and them walking towards them. It's very pretty.
Well, and I love just their dynamic too. Like the story in this, I love. I feel like it's probably, I don't want to say it's the strongest it's been since Willow, because there's been a lot of strong issues, but I thought this one was particularly strong.
Sure.
I'm really enjoying that. I've got a good feel for all these new characters. There's a lot of banter going on, but we're still learning stuff like we did about the Pegasus, right?
Well, yeah, and like, and we're finding out that this whole sphere of the gods might, you know, it's just gone. So all of these mythological creatures need somewhere to live.
I mean, Joe,
and
Joe,
now
I like
that's
about
Wonder
this.
Woman's problem.
It's not even what the specifics of what are going on are. I just like the idea that there's definitely individual arcs here, but there's an overall like premise or status quo for the run as a whole, which is all these mythological creatures have been, forced into onto regular Earth because Olympus has fallen and blah 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 blah, right? I like that that's a constant ongoing thing no matter what else we're doing, and it's like everything's about like building towards the conclusion to that in some way.
Yeah.
But I also like that it's pulled in Giganta, it's pulled in Kale, it's pulled in Ares. We've had a nice selection of Wonder Woman characters pop up.
Yeah, it's had a real good balance of showing traditional characters with a strong voice for the most part, and then also these new characters as well,
who so far have been very likable. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and I like too that when it comes to Wonder Woman's villains, she always tries to, not that she's trying to befriend them, but she does try to talk with them, like Giganta.
Yeah.
Here, because like the last time we saw Giganta, she was stealing stuff for Darkseid, right? Like, and it was just a quick, her tripping her up with a lasso and stopping her and whatnot. And now here we actually get a character beat of her. And we've had that with Kale. We've, of course, had it with Bahrain as Cheetah. And so I feel like I like that that's Wonder Woman's thing, is that she's not trying to have villains like in the way that Batman or even Superman does. Like she doesn't want these adversaries because her whole thing is that she's trying to protect and she's trying to be compassionate.
Yeah.
And that means her villains, she even wants to treat them with the equal respect. And I think that sets her apart from some of the other heroes.
Yeah, no, I agree. So no, I really hope that Wilson, sure, she may have a guest writer for that one issue, and that may happen occasionally, but I really hope she's around for a while, because everything about this up until now feels like it's the setting the stage for a pretty long run. It feels like there's so many building blocks that are in place now.
It does, but
Orlando didn't do Jason, right? Did he introduce Jason?
No, that wasn't him. That wasn't him.
No,
Okay.
He did a little bit after, which I think me and Pete, I think I tried one issue of. I think Pete did as well.
I did. The issue I tried of actually was one of the better things I'd ever read from Orlando, to be fair. So,
Yeah, it was fine, but I mean,
I was like, what if Jason shows up in that one issue? How mad are we going to be?
No, because he's gone. He's not
No.
gone?
Yeah, but I'm saying...
Yeah, but comics.
I know, but they're not going to bring him back for one fill-in issue. Shut up.
Yeah.
Don't jinx it.
No, so...
Prick.
So what are you guys rating this one?
You go first, Matt. You always go first.
Okay. So
try to pass the puck along there. No.
Yeah, I like that analogy. But yeah, so I have issues with the art, but I still really enjoyed the story, so I'm gonna give it an 8.
That's fair. Connor?
8.5. Really into it.
I concur with the 8.5. Those two panels with the weird faces, if they weren't there, I might have stretched to the 9. But I have to.
Yeah. I like that I'm excited to read Wonder Woman again.
Oh sure, yeah.
It was one of my top books in Rebirth, and then after it was been a real rough road after Rucka left.
Yeah, had a good 30 issues of mediocrity.
Well, I remember complaining about the Fontana stuff, and after the Fontana stuff,
that Fontana stuff was okay.
Give me the Fontana stuff again.
Yeah, exactly. As I was being a little bit too harsh because it wasn't Rucka. Like in hindsight,
yeah.
Me and Pete were quite into that little.
Yeah.
It had. I mean, out of the 5 issues, I think there was like 2 weaker ones, but 3 of them were pretty good. So it was.
Overall, it came out pretty.
It's still a memorable story, but I still can't. Well, it's probably because I put it out. I still can't really remember what happened with Darkseid and the daughter and Jason.
Yes.
So, but I remember the Fontana stuff, so that's always good.